We have already discussed present tense and the origin of the word tense. Now we will see the rules of past tense. To start with, simple past tense. Simple past tense is used to indicate an action completed in the past, and it also shows some past habits. The action might be completed 15 minutes ago, half an hour ago, 1 day ago, or 10 years back. So we use simple past form of the base form. She wrote a letter. The verb is here wrote, which is a past form. So she wrote a letter yesterday. She wrote a letter last month. It can be anything. It might mean anything. Any action that has been completed in the past comes under simple past tense. Past continuous. These are used to denote an action going on at some time in the past. She was writing a letter. Usually for past continuous tense, we put another reference of time to know exactly that this is being referred to the past. Like, she was writing a letter when I visited her yesterday. So yesterday when I went to her home, at that time, yesterday at that point of time when I visited her, she was writing a letter. So it becomes easier for us to understand that an activity was going on at some time in the past. Then past perfect tense, used to describe an action completed before a certain moment in the past, usually a long time ago. If two actions happened in the past, past perfect is used to show the action that took place earlier. Generally, in a sentence, two kinds of activity will be mentioned, and both the actions are completed in the past, long time back. Then, in comparison, the activity which was completed before the other activity, that will come under past perfect tense. She had written a letter before I asked to. So you see two verbs, had written and asked. So one is simple past. So before I asked her to write a letter, she had already, that means, written a letter. She had completed writing the letter. So the activity of writing a letter has already been completed before the activity of asking her to do it. So both the verbs are in the past tense, but one verb which is finished earlier is in the past perfect tense. Then past perfect continuous tense, it is used to denote an action that began before a certain point of time in the past and continued up to some time in the past. So this is rarely used. Okay, students, past perfect continuous tense is nowadays rarely used. So you just need to understand the tense form, but try to avoid using this tense. Now we will see future tense. Simple future tense. This tense tells us about an action which has not occurred yet and will occur after saying or in future. She will write a letter. That means the activity did not take place even at the time of speaking. It will happen in future. So the form is generally subject plus will or shall plus the base form of the verb plus object, which is optional. Then the negative sentence will be she'll not write a letter, and the interrogative will be will she write a letter. In the future continuous tense, the verbs are used to express an ongoing or continued action in future time. He will be distributing sweets in temple tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So a continuous activity of distributing sweets, but that will take place tomorrow. That means in future time at 12 o'clock. So the verb form is will or shall plus be plus verb with ing. Then future perfect tense. It is used to express an action which will happen or occur in future and will be completed by a certain time in future. They will have shifted the house by Sunday morning. So by Sunday morning, they will have shifted the house. That means an activity will occur in the future and will be completed by a certain time. Sunday is a future time and morning is a certain time in future. So by Sunday morning, an activity will be completed. Subject plus will or shall plus have plus verb, which is in the past participle form, plus object. She will have written a letter. You can add, she will have written a letter by tomorrow evening. That will do. Then just like I have told you that we need to avoid using past perfect continuous tense, we also avoid using future perfect continuous tense. This type of sentences are rarely used, but you need to understand that it is used to talk about actions that will commence at a fixed time in future and will continue for some time in future. She will have been writing a letter. The negative sentence will be, she will not have been writing a letter. Interrogative will be, will she have been writing a letter? So that's all for tense. Thank you.